Well, can you spot the problem? Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're revisiting this Sony SL-F25UB machine. Featured it about 7 or 8 months ago, and it at the time it didn't actually need much work done to it to get it up and running, but I've since sort of resprayed the top lid, which had a bit of rust in it. It's not a great job, but it's a heck of a lot better and protected. I did the upper drum, which I kept mentioning in the video. It's quite funny. Yeah, ran it for a bit. It was absolutely perfect. So got it out the other day, and so I powered it on, all fine, and then I decided to put a cassette in it, and it did not go well. So against my better judgment, I'm just going to give a demo of that. Okay, so power on. Let's turn it on. And I mean, yeah, you can sort of see it's not happy. This part of the lacing mechanism, it's just floating about. I say floating about, it's on the gear, but if I power it off and power it back on, you see it's totally missing the gear there, and well, unlaces and relaces, and I don't know, I don't know quite what's going on. My initial feeling was the solenoid was weak, or wasn't actuating properly, or jamming. Something was jamming, because obviously it uses the end sensor here, magnetic end sensor, to detect what state the deck's in. When I first powered it on the first time, turned it on, it was absolutely fine. Went to put a cassette in, and it pushed the cassette in, and it just laced. So yeah, it didn't actually take the cassette in, so this was in the wrong state. Yeah, so I suppose we better investigate. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually just get it to an unlaced condition. Obviously have the power off. I have already lifted the top board off. So it's 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clip here, clip here. Lift the board up. Just slide it out the way, it's fine. Right, that's it. Okay, so obviously this is just jammed. I do actually wonder what's happened, because I don't think it's shot the bits of holding plastic that this slides in. But well, there's a bit of something going on there. Yeah, something's not right, and part of me wonders if I disturbed something when I took it apart the first time to check that black gear there, which you can just about see through there. So yeah, I think what I'll do is just take this apart again and see what's going on. Okay, so let's crack on. I'm going to take these 2 screws off first. Not going to worry too much about the belt, I don't think, this stage. I'm going to lift the whole lot up. Let's get these cables out from... So, to do that, it's a clip here and a clip here. If you undo that clip first, lift it up, then just free it off from there. Job's a good one. So, great. That's all good. That is actually floating about. Oh, I wonder if that's what's causing the problem. That's actually just... It's not actually clipped in. Oh, that wasn't clipped in. Is it as really as simple as that? And that's caused it to all go to pot. Oh dear. Well, that's not great. So let's move this out the way and just see what's going on under here. So I know all of this is working fine, because obviously it's lacing fine, but this is all out of time now. So probably can only see one screw. Lift this up, and I'm sort of intrigued if I just gently lift the whole assembly up, if I can. Yeah, I might have to take the screws out. Actually do a proper job. Okay. So you can see the assembly there. There's cable, a bit of cable management there. And you can just about make out that's the gear there that is driving this assembly here. But what's gone on? It's totally jammed. Totally jammed. And it's almost like, oh, I can see what's happened. I shall show you. So I've never seen this before. Not that I have a huge amount of experience with B3 decks, but this assembly here, you can see here there's a bit of metal in there, and that should be the other side of this. This is what pushes this assembly back and forth, basically to move the magnetic assembly there to tell it that the deck is actually in load or unload state. That's going to be really fun to get out without causing damage. And it is well and truly jammed. Because you can see here, there's one of the plastic bits of assembly that actually guide this assembly. And I don't want to be pulling on that too much, but I don't think I have that much choice, to be honest. So I suppose give it a go. Oh, that's done it. Got my screwdriver stuck. Right, so that's now doing what it's supposed to do. I just wonder what's going on there. It feels really rough. It's almost like something has dug in to it and damaged it. Or, having said that, it's controlled by the solenoid, so lovely and clean. Right, okay, so I think all I can do, you can see there, when the lacing mechanism comes right the way back, it's moving the end sensor there. It actually moves it to this metal assembly here that this is affixed to, and tells it to basically stop. Yeah, so it needs to drive right the way. You see that? So if I pull this back from here, starts to move it, but of course the top bit here needs to be in tension, so the motor just drives it just that bit further to actuate the end sensor there right the way to the end. So cool, okay. So I need to align this. So how you do that is move this, the S-ring. You see there's a hole, and that hole basically you need to see right the way through it. So that puts it in the correct position to then put this just back. You don't have to tension it up or anything, and then you can drop this assembly back down. Metal gear goes in here, and the other gear it will just find its home basically. Sometimes with a little bit of a click, sometimes not, depends how lucky you are. But yeah, so I will do that. I'll do that off camera because it's so fiddly to do it. But it's just like literally just place that back in, and yeah, all should be good. So we're looking good. So let's drop this back into place. And it's a bit tight because of those cables at the back there. Make Makes it just that little bit more interesting. There we go. See, that's popped up again. So just wondering what is going on there. So we've got the spring. So similar to the B2 deck. Actually, what I might do, let's just get this properly seated. And get the screws in. Super. Okay. So with the solenoid there, and that needs to be out. That needs to go on there. So the spring goes on there. And I've done that wrong. Right, yeah, got that totally the wrong way around. So it needs to go that way. And that, I think, needs to go this side. So let's just try that. So basically, when that solenoid actuates, it will put it back. So that's what you want. It's sort of a bit, I don't know why it sort of confuses me, but it does. And yeah, I don't know why that kept popping off. But that is now as it should be. Yeah, that's working. Working as it should. Okay, so let's put this back on. Front loading system belt. And then the top cover. And panel back in. I won't screw it down, and let's see what it does. Okay, so here it goes. Let's put the power on, see what happens first. Hopefully nothing horrible. Okay, so far so good. So I'm going to press the power button. That's what I would expect, I think. Okay, so let's press eject. Now these decks are a little bit odd the first time you sort of try them. That bolt looks decidedly all over the place. Look at that. I might actually have to shrink that belt. I don't know whether that's... I don't think that's causing a problem. But that's really floppy. Okay. So... that's just Not good. And there we go. That is working. It must have been just literally this popping off and causing that solenoid to not be able to move, jammed all of this up, knocked it out, and game over. So it's literally this, which is not that difficult to actually dislodge, caused all those problems. So yeah, that's quite interesting. So yeah, let's see what the picture's like. Okay, so playback is looking good, and you'll see it in the top corner. So yeah, apart from this belt being really incredibly floppy, this is actually really great. If I just try still, it's okay. These do actually have two magnets, and I think that allows for slightly more precise timing when it comes to the still. Could be wrong, but yeah, it's not bad. This is really a very worn tape. It's our old favourite tape that we used to use several months ago. I've dug it out because I'm running out of tapes. I'm running out of half decent tapes. But yeah, it's fine. It's really not bad. I mean, tracking left, tracking furthest right. I mean, the heads are really good. I have done the upper drum, like I say. Obviously, power supply's done. Everything's done. It's a great machine, and yeah, really pleased with it. So with that, I think that's about as far as we're going to go, and thank you very much for watching, and please do like and subscribe as well. It really does mean so much to me. It really helps the channel, and I shall see you in another video. Bye for now.